you have an insatiable craving for a sweet, sweet podcast where you can listen to discussion on everything from music, TV and games, to politics, space, sports, and so much more. Do you like off-the-wall conversations and the most amazing segments with just the right amount of crazy? Well, you're in luck. Welcome to the place where three cool cats from Canada throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Now, without further ado, introducing your hosts, Jake Andrews, Joe D'Souza, and Jackson Playfair.
What's up, all you beautiful people? Welcome to episode 16 of See What Sticks Variety Podcast. And without further delay, ladies and gentlemen of Splat Nation, it's time! This next bout is 5 rounds for the undisputed See What Sticks Heavyweight Championship of the world. I'm the host who can boast the most roasts with my trainer, Jackson Just Can't Play Fair, and my training partner, Joe Low Blow D'Souza. Mean mugging straight out of the red corner, boasting a perfect record of 15 podcast episode wins and 0 losses, except on trivia. Here I go again on my own, Jake the White Snake Andrews. Fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 8.5 Curricks, standing as tall as a whiskey-infused Irishman at the local public house, making his debut in the See What Sticks octagon, fighting out of parts unknown, Eduardo El Diablo El Magnifico Finn! Finn! Or as his buddies call him.
Wow.
Ed. All jokes aside.
What an intro. Dude.
Ed is well versed in martial arts as a practitioner and a fan. He knows and likes his music and is an all-around solid guy and one of my best buds. He's a father to a young baby boy, much like Jackson. His son's name is Harrison. He's a husband. Let's show the man some love. Welcome to the podcast, Ed Dead Redemption. Are you excited to talk some MMA and music with the See What Sticks boys?
This is the greatest invitation ever. Like, do you want to come sit in my basement and talk about MMA? Yeah.
It couldn't just be simple. So Jackson, Joe, happy to be here to do another one with you guys. Ed, happy to have you. I hope you boys enjoyed that as much as I did. It sounded like you did.
Yeah, that's great. That was awesome, man. So are you guys at your place right now? Oh, that's awesome, dude. I feel like we're having a basement chill watching the fights. I'm not even watching the fights. This is dope.
Spot for Eat Your Heart Out. So, right. Obviously with Ed's dearth of MMA knowledge and my, self-proclaimed expertness in the realm of fighting.
Did you say dearth?
I figured.
I thought you said girth. I thought you said girth too. What a way to describe.
You take a little girth, you put it in the dirt.
So, all kidding aside, we're going to talk some MMA today. Mostly UFC, and knowing that Joe's not an expert, we're gonna learn them today because the three of us know enough to get by, if not a whole lot more. So I think I'll just jump into the first prompt to kind of get us warmed up here and see what you boys are thinking. So we know the answer for Joe here, but I'm gonna let him speak a bit more to it, and he can be the first one to go. What is your favorite fighting style as far as like martial arts? So Joe, yours is Wing Chun.
This is for me. Yeah, mine's Wing Chun, hands down. A couple of reasons. So while watching Ip Man, and how they described what Wing Chun was all about, the idea is that you get more force per punch, like more energy, more torque, more power in your punches going forward if your elbows are close to your sides, right? Because like generally when I think about punching and swinging and fighting stuff, I go like I think Dragon Ball Z or like, boxing movies or something. There's a lot of like hooks and that sort of stuff, right? And apparently you lose a lot of power when you have your elbows away from your hips and your torso. So by keeping your hips nice and tight and just straight forward, yeah, it's a lot of power. And as like a small guy, I was like, how can I get the most power with the most speed and take on like 10 black belt karate champions? It's Wing Chun. That's the answer.
And the answer is Wing Chun.
That's the answer.
Wow.
I respect your gangster. Let's shoot it over to Jackson here.
Oh man. I was just thinking. So I don't know enough about like actual martial art, like different styles, but I'm pretty sure it's like Brazilian jiu-jitsu is like the basis of it. But anything that Anderson Silva was back in the day, dude, that's the style that I like. Watching that's
dude. That's Muay Thai, baby.
Yeah, I thought it was Muay Thai, but I was like, I don't want to say this and sound like a complete dumbass. So I'm like, I'm just gonna play this safe. But no, because yeah, dude, watching him just like the striking, like the way he would hit guys with his elbows, and then also like submit guys so fast. It was just, I remember just being a kid and how like insane it was to think like this is a human just out there murdering dudes in a ring right now.
Sometimes he seemed like he wasn't human, right?
Right, man, it's nuts.
Yeah, he's in the Matrix. Everyone was moving in like, as Conor McGregor would say, a stick in the mud.
A stick in the mud.
What about you, Ed? I think I know the answer to yours, but
no, man, I'll go kind of specific. I really like Dutch kickboxing, so like
is that Ernesto Hoost?
Ernesto Hoost, and just like any of those big K1 champions from.
Was Raymond Dekkers Dutch?
He
was American, but
he's not. No, he is Dutch. Yeah, he's Dutch.
He's Dutch. Yeah, he seems like he'd be pretty.
He's
Dutch.
like a war.
Have you guys ever heard of this guy, Raymond Dekkers? I know me and Ed are big fans.
No, I haven't. Sounds like a Dutch
I think his nickname was the Diamond.
The Diamond.
The
Dude,
first ever what K1 world champion from first ever Muay Thai champion.
He was the first ever non-Thai person to be named. No, not Fighter of the Year. That was somebody else. He was the first non-Thai guy to become Lumpini champion, I think. And Lumpini Stadium is in Chiang Mai in Thailand, and it's like the biggest Muay Thai spot.
You're like the world Muay Thai champ, and he was the first guy to do it that wasn't from Thailand, basically.
Yeah. Dude, that's so sick.
Yeah, and if you watch his fights, it's an absolute murder. He just like his punches are like so devastating. He just knocks somebody in the next week, but his kicks are just like vicious. Just chops you down like a tree.
He had to get his ankle fused.
What?
He couldn't point his toes. He couldn't like point his toes because his ankle was fused.
Dude,
and he would still throw it, and he would nail guys in the fucking face with it.
Did it make it better?
Wait, can I cuss? We talked about this, right?
Okay, we did, but I still find it strange that they like let him get away with it. That's like there was a storyline in wrestling back in the 90s of Lex Luger had like a steel plate in his forearm. He used to go knock people out with it.
Just dropping dudes.
My favorite fighting style, and I'm not going to say it's the most effective, but it's certainly one of the coolest, is Taekwondo, because you don't get very many people that are that great at it, but the guys that are good at it are throwing like spinning roundhouse kicks, and that's like the flashy kind of fighting style that you see every once in a while.
Taekwondo is like what Hwarang uses in Tekken, right?
Pretty much.
Just flurries of kicks.
Taekwondo practitioner in modern MMA. I want to say like Kung Lee. Pettis, yeah. That's the model guy.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen
McGregor? Like he's super popular, and I hate to bring him up.
No, we can.
But like he's got a Taekwondo background.
Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't know it by his fighting stance. He's got good boxing, good just Muay Thai.
You can tell from his roundhouse kicks. His roundhouse kicks are very like Taekwondo, so they're not very Thai style.
You know who's got some good Taekwondo kicks? Joe fucking Rogan. Boys.
Joe Rogan.
Oh my god, dude! That guy is.
Have you seen that shit?
He's nuts.
It's like a buckshot.
Yeah, he like knocks the heavy bag off the chains hanging from the roof.
It's
It looks like
ridiculous.
it literally looks like he's trying to kick the bag into like fucking China, bro.
Well, he's showing George St. Pierre in a popular YouTube video like how to throw effective kicks. And it's like if you're showing George St. Pierre anything, you know what you're doing.
Dude, he's one of the best UFC fighters of all time, and you're like, yeah. By the way, you want to really swivel your hips and drive through. It's like,
Yeah.
like
If you really want power, George,
yeah,
this is what you want to do. But let
want-
me put down my joint and show you.
yeah. You want to shave your head, and you want to try and squeeze your body together and throw the kick all at the same time.
Then start a podcast.
Dude, speaking of Joe Rogan, not to go too far off the rails, but have you boys seen his new podcast studio in Texas?
Oh, it looks amazing.
Is that the one he's got in his truck?
Yeah, I think it almost looks like it's in like a bunker. Like it's got like a rounded roof, but dude, I think he kind of just like set what podcast heaven is in one picture, dude. I seen that picture and I was like, like that's everyone's dream, dude, to have a studio like that.
Yeah, it looks clean, eh? Like, cause like the one that he's got now is seemingly a little cluttered. Like he's got cool stuff everywhere, but it's kind of busy, you know. Whereas like that one just like it looks so futuristic and looks like
it looks like a spaceship, dude. Joe Rogan's an alien, and he's gonna start loading guests into his spaceship, and he made it in a tunnel like that because it's actually a rocket. And he made a bunch of them. And he's just gonna start shooting celebrities back to his home planet, and that's the whole point of Joe Rogan podcast: alien abduction.
Wow.
I'm trying to find it. But,
No? All right. I thought it was a good rant, but whatever. Guess I'm just a fucking idiot.
Imagine he was just like, I was an alien the whole
Dude,
time.
would you
this
be
is what I'm
surprised,
saying.
though?
And the studio picture he put up, there's actually like 100 of those, and they all look the same. And once a guest goes in there, he's gonna rocket them back to his home planet, and he's gonna steal all of our
That's
celebrities.
for the research.
Yeah, for the research.
I can't find the picture of what you guys are talking about, but I did see the one on the mobile one that's in like the back of a truck. Just for I'm guessing it's for when he's on the road, but that one even looks crazy.
Yeah, dude. I'm
That's
sending.
Spotify money.
I'm sending. Yeah, dude. 100 million. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I can talk about some shit. You want me to do some DMT?
Yeah. Like,
Talk to what's that Joey something?
Joey Diaz.
Yeah. He's the
Listen up,
funniest.
cocksucker.
Yeah.
Dude, Joey Diaz goes deep, dude.
Oh yeah, Joe, have you seen this guy?
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
He's a big fat guy. Yeah, he's always talking about like this fat hooker back in the day used to suck my dick for rocks and that. Blah, blah, blah. All right, Joey, bro.
Dude, he just talks about his life so raw, and you're just like, dude, how could this be real, dude? Just some of the stories he has are absolutely insane, but then I don't know. He also seems like the most honest guy because he's talking
he's a
about that
legend.
kind of shit.
No bullshit with that guy for sure.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, he had this one episode where he kept ranting the same fucking thing over and over again. They clipped it into some epic video, but I can't remember what it was. So we'll put Joey Diaz to rest for now, but to be concluded for sure.
Here's
All
a
right.
heavyweight champion for you.
He's a heavyweight champ?
He's pretty heavy.
Oh, yeah. He's a heavyweight champ of podcasting for sure. Okay. Coolest nickname of all time, MMA. Can you guys think of any that stand out to you? I have one.
Sexy Yama.
Sexy who?
Sexy
Oh,
Yama.
Sexy Yama. Okay.
Yukihiro Akanama is that his name?
Yeah, he's an old
Sexy
school
Yama.
guy too, right?
Yeah,
That was like-
really good grappler.
That was like before the heyday.
Yeah, Sexy Yama for sure.
Sexy Yama. That's such a good nickname.
Sorry, that was too easy.
Jesus, look at this thing. Wow.
Isn't that incredible looking?
Oh
That
yeah,
is a
sorry.
bunker.
I just sent a picture of the studio into our group chat. So
It looks like Kylo Ren's workspace.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
He's
the,
got like Vishnu in the corner.
if you're listening, just go to Joe Rogan's Instagram, and he has like it's like a
Hashtag
7 picture.
quarantine.
and-
Hashtag dark side.
Yeah, dude, he's like what?
Yeah, we gotta get on that, boys.
Yeah, boys, that's the 5-year goal, or maybe we'll make it the 25-year goal. But holy shit!
Yeah,
man.
let's be real here.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So my favorite nickname is subjective, I guess, but amazing to me is the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine.
That sounds awesome.
He's that guy who, if you know who he is, you see him pop up as a bad guy military dude in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a goatee.
Yeah, if
he's
you ever look
bald
up a
on top,
picture of him.
and if you watch an action movie, he's definitely planting a bomb.
Dude.
He looks like a
Funny.
fucking pirate or something, doesn't he?
Just
Yeah,
a
there's a couple.
caricature.
There's a couple good ones like Frank Twinkle Toes Trig.
Oh, Twinkle Toes. For sure. So Michelle, when we were watching it, because I've been making her watch like almost every one from the start, and now we're at like 60. And I remember her when she heard Frank Twinkle Toes Trig, she was like, "What the fuck kind of a nickname is that?" Like, he's a boxer, babe. Come on.
Tamden, the barn cat McCrory.
The barn cat.
Or Alan Monster Lobster Berube.
Yeah, that guy sucks, but
Yeah.
nice guy.
Oh, dude. How about Chuck the Iceman Liddell, just named after a serial killer?
Classic.
And no one says anything.
Is that
Everyone's
what it is?
Yeah, the Iceman was like, or no, that might have been he was the ice something killer who like worked for the mob, and
Yes.
right, like the ice pick maybe.
Isn't it the ice truck killer from Dexter?
Oh no. Yes, but no. It was a guy who had ice in his name, and he was this badass mobster, and he killed like 50 people in like Boston or something. Maybe I'm off.
Yeah,
I
I know
don't
what
know.
you're talking about. He lit one guy on fire
Yeah,
in his car.
just set a dude on fire.
That's where you're naming yourself after for sure.
That's not.
I think one of the other
That's
ones
not
I
the
like
kind of guy you want to be messing around with. I'll tell you
is
that much.
The Natural.
Yeah, so these ones are all pretty good too, like Joey the Mexicutioner Beltran,
Yep.
or Ray the Taz Mexican Devil Borg.
I didn't know that was his name.
Yeah. There's
Dude.
Ryan Darth Bader.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Ray Borg just retired.
I mean, if your last name is Bader, there's only one option for your nickname, really.
Dick Bader.
Master Bader. Yeah, that's a good one too.
Dude, how about Cyborg? Except that's her real name, isn't it?
No, it's
No, but Zombie changed his name.
Cristiano Santos or something.
Dude,
There's Cristiano Santos,
Cyborg
and
is
then
a
there's the
sick.
girl. So at one time there was two people both named Cyborg married to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, that instantly makes it less cool, I think. I don't know. At first, I was all about it, and then I heard there's someone who had the same one, and I was already kind of out. And then you said they were married, and then I went fully 100% out on that.
And she had the balls in that relationship for sure.
Yeah, have you seen her,
He's
dude?
He's a deadly motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, what?
he
His
was-
face caved in.
I was just gonna say before you got his, oh dude, Joe
you-
and Jackson. The man Cyborg, he got elbowed so bad. I think in one
No,
fight.
his knee,
It
flying
was a
knee.
knee. Oh, he got his like forehead caved in.
I've heard about this guy, dude.
Oh my god.
It's horrific, dude.
Like caved
It looks
like
like if somebody got hit like in the middle of their forehead by a shot put.
wow. That sounds
Like
awful.
skull caved in.
It's not funny, but it's like, it's so gnarly, dude. Like that's
Like his skull
fucking
just
gnarly.
crushed and dented. He's got a dent in his. I gotta look this up. What's the name?
It's rough though. Just
Yeah, it is.
It's
rough, dude.
Cyborg Santos,
yeah.
but
Just put MVP Cyborg,
Could you
and put
imagine?
X-ray. X-ray. That way you won't see any blood or anything.
Nah, I think Joe wants to see the blood.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah,
Right.
see, he wanted to see it.
savage.
Could you
Sorry,
imagine
what
the
was the question?
arguments in that house, dude?
It looks like his
Between two-
right eye is like lowered because of it. Like it shifted his face.
Yeah, his kid's forehead got caved in. He should be dead, bro. If this was like middle time, like if we were in the Stone Age and that guy's head looked like that, you're dead.
You did.
Mm.
You did.
He
did.
apparently was at the hospital. I think it was in the UK where he found him, and he was like, "I need to fly home to Brazil on Monday."
Make
And
my
the
will.
doctor was like, "LOL."
The doctor just looked at him and was like, "You literally have to be fucking kidding me. There's no way you're leaving the hospital
You're
for the
not
next
getting
year
on
and a half."
plane.
Yeah, imagine him getting on a plane.
Oh, dude.
Nothing to see here.
Dude, that
That
is
poor guy.
Oh yeah, that's
All right,
horrible.
For the next question, boys, I'm gonna have to get you to do some research here, and we've already conducted the first half of our research on our side.
Oh,
So if you
shit.
would type in the hottest ring girls in UFC history,
Oh boy.
Oh, I know mine.
and I'm just gonna name, I think I got 2 or 3 for you, but there's only a few right answers, to be honest with you.
Rachel or Rochelle? I'll tell you right now.
Rochelle Leah is hot.
She's a very
Yeah.
attractive woman.
I like this Natasha Wicks chick, but Ariane Celeste is like the GOAT, obviously.
She doesn't do it for me.
She's her? Really?
I know, but it doesn't do it for me.
I mean, to each their own. But I also like Brittany Palmer. Donald Cerrone used to date her.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They were real thick as thieves, man.
God damn.
And
Okay.
Donald.
I would never touch her butt at the bar if Donald Cerrone was standing behind her.
I would. It's worth it.
Well, almost.
It's worth it.
I'll take a crushed forehead for a grand.
I'll give you
Alright.
3 teeth.
Let's not turn into too big of horny degenerate males. And I'm saying Brittany Palmer. He's saying
Is it Rochelle or Rachel?
Rochelle. I think it's Rochelle Leah. What do you boys think? Have you done your research?
I've got 2 of them. I got
Alright, who you feeling?
Jessa Hinton. Holy moly!
Where is this lady? Okay.
She's wearing in the picture.
yeah.
It's like a Catwoman. I don't know. It's super hot. Also Melissa Rizzo. Wow.
Where's Joe finding these?
Yeah,
Okay, so
where
that's-
is dude? I just googled and I'm on Sportsnet top 10. Or no, it's
Okay.
the Sun top 10. And dude,
Yeah, that's the one we were looking at too.
do they like is this like being like a cheerleader, or is it just strictly based on like if you're super hot, you just move up the ranks and like get to do all the like? Is it do the same girls do UFCs like over and over and over?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yep.
Like
Yeah,
there's
these
like a
girls-
roster.
These girls are boxing ones. Actually, I clicked on the wrong one, but
I
still.
was gonna say I've never seen those, but that Melissa girl,
Oh
Did
my
you
God,
say
it's so creepy
Ariane
and
Celeste? Did you guys see that? Say that girl?
yeah, she's the GOAT, man. She was like the original hottest one.
Yeah, she's definitely not ugly for sure. She's very attractive. And then the other girl I'd say from this article is this Amber Miller. No,
Oh yeah, I see her. Very, very
But
beautiful
dude,
lady.
that is so like I love that. But ring girls have always been a thing, all the way to like boxing times, right?
Yeah, it definitely like doesn't hurt getting the male audience that you're already like aiming for. It's just a cherry on the cake to have a nice looking ring girl running around.
There's a timeline on it though, because you can watch old black and white boxing matches, and there's no girl.
Is
It's
it
a
just like a
guy
dude
walking
that
around.
walks around the ring?
The ring dude, that doesn't have the same ring to it.
Yeah, he does not look pretty.
Is he wearing a man thong, like a bow
no,
rat thing?
Yeah,
He's-
he's fucking.
He's out there just doing a job. That's the thing. He's not trying
Yeah.
to look sexy for nobody.
In between cleaning the floors.
Yeah, he's a fucking janitor wearing a speedo,
Literally.
all sweaty and hairy.
He-
Fucking.
He
Hey
walks
Fred,
from-
come hold this.
Male
Exactly.
pattern baldness is attractive. Uh-huh.
All right, I think we've done enough damage on this topic. I want to ask. I guess we'll shoot it to Jackson first because I think he's watched enough to kind of have an opinion on this one. Best fight IQ in the game that you've seen. So who
Ooh.
can read the situations and kind of know what to do at the right times and know what not to do?
Honestly, this is like I got turned on to this guy from like listening to podcasts and stuff and watching him and like watching his YouTube videos, dude. That Mighty Mouse guy, who fights as like a lightweight or maybe a flyweight. It like he honestly looks like a real life superhero when you watch him fight, dude. Have you watched this guy?
Me and Ed for sure.
Dude,
I don't know if Joe's
like
heard
I
of him,
mean
but-
I guess
very
like from what I've heard, he's like one of the best UFC fighters in the game right now, if not
Might
of
be
all
the
time.
best ever.
Yeah,
He's up there in the all time. He's definitely one of the better ones, if not, like Ed said, the best.
dude, like he literally looks like he's like moving at super speed when he's doing shit out there. It's absolutely insane.
So I like how you said that, because there's a lot of people out there that don't give credit to the smaller guys and say, even though the pace they keep up is absolutely insane and you should appreciate him just for that, there's people that say, oh, but he's like 135 pounds. He couldn't hit hard. I disagree. I think they're exciting as hell. I think the pace they keep up and the scrambles they have and the transitions, very exciting fighting. Ed, what about you, man?
Best fight IQ. Gegard Mousasi comes to mind. Also another Dutch kickboxer. Not because of mid-fight adjustments, but he has shown on many occasions that depending on who he's coming out against, he has a very different game plan. So he can look like a totally different fighter from one fight to the next. He does some mid-fight adjustments, but yeah, and the other reason I think that he's got a really high fight IQ is his coach isn't doing the thinking for him. Like when I think about a fighter with a good fight IQ, I dissociate the actual fighter from his coach. Like there are some dumb fighters that do well because the coach does the thinking.
That's fair.
And like I mean, just look at Jon Jones' personal decisions. But like some guys, they really put the game plan together themselves. And on just like a tagline, if you wanted to know the same person in kickboxing, I would say Cedric Doumbé for the exact same reasons.
So I've never heard of him. I'm gonna go check him out.
Dude, he murders people.
He's like a current guy, eh?
Oh yeah, I think he's a 2-weight champ in Glory.
Oh jeez,
dude, his name sounds like he plays Quidditch for a wizard school, dude.
He's that's on Team Rwanda,
dude. That is such a gnarly name, Cedric Doumbé.
Guess the nationality.
Dutch.
You're pretty close geographically.
Polish.
Nope.
Norwegian.
No, French.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Cedric.
Yeah, I guess Cedric.
Gegard Mousasi, definitely seen him in kickboxing and his brief stint in MMA. He didn't do as good in MMA, at least like the UFC, as I was hoping he would. But he's like the 10th, 15th person that I could say that for, because sometimes it just doesn't translate. But amazing fighter. I think I'll hand it to Joe before I give my opinion, because mine's kind of a semi-rant.
Yeah, mine. Well, like I do have one, and because like I have watched UFC plenty of times in the past. It's just kind of like other sports. I don't follow it too much. It's basically because I just have Netflix. I don't have cable. I mean, if I had cable, I'd probably watch more sports.
Just get Fight Pass, bro. It's like $7 a month.
There's that too. Well, Anderson Silva comes to mind when I was just thinking of like I'm not sure how much that qualifies as like a fight IQ, but when I just think of somebody that's like embarrassed somebody or embarrass other fighters, he just stands out with this lightning fast, lanky, long kicks and just one-shots people from like when I'm not sure if he's even still fighting, but that's kind of my guess.
One fight left.
He's got one more in him?
One left.
Yeah.
In October, I think.
Who's he fighting?
Shit. I knew this.
I heard about that.
Dude, Anderson Silva's fighting in October?
I think it's Uriah Hall.
Uriah Hall, out of all people.
I bet you it's Uriah Hall.
Uriah Hall, fucking man, he had all the talent in the world. Didn't really capitalize on that. But yeah, Joe, I think the point to what Joe said, or what Ed said about the fighter doesn't need to rely on his coach to formulate a game plan for him. Anderson Silva is a perfect example of that. He goes out there and just like matrix guys and embarrasses them. I think he's his own worst enemy in that, he's too smart for his own good, and he tried to clown people, and that came back to bite him in the ass. I still think watching the first Chris Weidman fight, when I watch him clowning around, it's kind of what he did with a lot of people in the fights leading up to that. So I don't want to say that he just like took him lightly and it was like a dive and like it was set up. It definitely looks like it was set up, but I'm 99.9% sure it wasn't. And he's acting like a stupid idiot out there. And for the first like 4 or 5 times he did it, it didn't bite him in the ass. But you don't do that as the fight game evolves. You don't do that, period. But if you're going to do it, you can maybe get away with it with people where the gap in skill is very large. But Chris Weidman's no joke, and he took it seriously. Silva probably should have done it the same, but he is undoubtedly a very smart fighter.
I guess the showboating is like something like an intelligence thing that I think that could be a demonstration of like intelligence that might not be ideal, but something that like that's another layer to combat your opponent, is to get inside their head and fuck them up that way.
And I think that, and I could be totally wrong, and I know that if as like fight purists probably don't agree, but I think if you look at MMA as a sport, all these little things kind of come into factor, and then you look at like how Conor McGregor gets the pay-per-view sales that he does, like it's like, yeah, he's a great fighter, but like we talked about, I'm sure there's more entertaining fighters here and there, but there's everything that goes with a Conor McGregor fight, right? Like, and I think in Anderson Silva's way, once he started winning and getting to that level, that's probably something that played into it a little bit, knowing that he was like technically sound and good, and then also trying to, be an entertainer, right?
Mhm.
I need to give Ed some shine here, but I'm just gonna put it out there real quick. There's a big difference between, being a Roy Jones Jr. type, bob and weave and do that sort of thing. There's room for that in the sport, and no matter what combat sport you're in. But there's not room for clowning around like a jerk off and doing it way more than is necessary, because then you're bordering on, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out for doing something stupid in there. Like, you got to take it seriously, and I don't think he did.
Do you think that it's like part of, just real quick as a quick question, like, you think that's part of like his strategy, that he would have people get so upset that they lose composure and that opens them up?
Yeah, and I think that's a good strategy, but there's a fine line there. Like, you get them frustrated, move around, bob and weave, but also like have some sound principles in there. Don't do that the entire time, because then the guy is going to catch on to it. And if he's not terrible at fighting, he's probably going to hit you with something when your hands are down.
Yeah, but like Israel Adesanya is the favorite in his last 3 fights, and he puts his hands down all the time.
Yeah, but he doesn't do it like that.
Well, I think people say things they say things don't work in hindsight, right?
Yeah.
Like, he absolutely tried to clown somebody that wasn't there to clown around, who's no surprise from fucking Brooklyn, right? And he was just like, okay. And he did the most technically sound thing. Chris Weidman, that first fight, did the most technically sound thing against the bobbing that he was doing, which is doubling up on the left. Or no, it was the right, because Chris Weidman's a southpaw. And he was doubling up on that hand. That's what you do when somebody is trying to dodge, because they've planted their feet and they're doing these like bobbing and weaving motions that you see in boxing. But if you double up on the same hand, what are they going to do? Bob left and then go left again? Once you're left, you're left. So, sorry to get very tactical in this particular respect, but Chris Weidman, instead of responding to the clowning with apprehension or, freezing in the spotlight or whatever, he went to what was the correct boxing to counter what was happening in front of him. Tons of fighters failed in that same situation, right? And so we look back on Anderson Silva and we say that's what caught up to him, but it's also what got him to the dance.
Yeah, but I think there's a difference between, the first people he did it to let it intimidate them and let it take them out of the element. It kind of pissed Weidman off, and he went forward versus backpedaling and being afraid. And I think there's a difference between Anderson Silva doing that to like Talis Latis or somebody, where he's way better on the feet, and he's better than Weidman on the feet, but he was bobbing and weaving and putting his hands down by his waist and leaning forward with his chin, which is things you don't do. But even if you're going to do that, do it for a little bit and then mount some offense. He was just clowning around the whole time. He wasn't being aggressive.
Yeah, no, and I think that like that technical breakdown of it, but looking at it as like a bigger picture, I think it's like, dude, that's what makes fighting so crazy, is like, like when the lion tamer who does like 4,000 shows and then all of a sudden one of the lions bites his arm off. It's like, dude, that's kind of what you're doing, but with humans, bro. Like, you're going in there and you're like, okay, I'm going to be the lion tamer and I'm going to knock this dude out. And the other guy, every first 5 lions you get are kind of like, whoa, what's this guy doing? Why is he doing it like that? Why are you doing it that way? Boom. And then one lion's like, no, dude, I know what you do. And he ripped his arm off. Like, I just think that technically, of course, I'm sure he's looked back and been like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. But I also think he sold a shit ton of pay-per-views during his kind of time at the top. And you look at like other guys who are amazing fighters in the game, like we talked about, like I know the lightweight guys never necessarily get the same rep as like the heavyweight and like bigger bodies, but like that Mighty Mouse, like we talked about earlier, like he doesn't sell necessarily the same way that a Conor McGregor does. He doesn't sell the same way that like all these other guys, Anderson Silva, like the guys who have something that goes with them. There's a style, there's a show, there's like he's putting his life on the line to then lean back and pop somebody. I think that there's like a little bit of showmanship in that, and of course it backfired that day for him when he got knocked out. But
Well, if you ask Dana White, Mighty Mouse don't sell shit. But
what Jax
That's what I mean.
just said about like going to see all these lion shows, and then eventually like I'm like, have I been watching MMA this whole time because I want to see someone die? And I'm like this close.
no, but I mean, the thought's always in the back of your mind.
The
Right?
answer is no, but I mean, it's that like
It's like the bullfighter
primitive,
thing,
dude.
right?
It's like the
Exactly.
bullfight.
It's like
That
gladiators,
guy's gonna
dude.
get fucked up.
Well, especially like in the first few, right? Like as far as I can remember, like before there was a lot of rules and like no biting, but apparently it was like almost anything goes, right? When it first started, is that right?
Man, there was. I
Dude.
got something to tell you later that showcases that, but yeah, pretty
Dude,
much.
When you got
Look up,
Hoist Gracie stepping on a dude's head with shoes on in the middle of the ring, like that's borderline just a street fight, dude. Like, it
There's a
was
guy-
nuts.
There's a guy named like Rin Nakai, I think, and he was part of Pancrase Japan, and he was in an 8-man tournament, and he had his eye gouged. Okay, he never sees out of this eye again, but he fights again the same night.
Wow,
Dude. Like that right there is gladiator
That's
shit.
balls.
that's
Yeah.
gladiator. Yeah,
I don't care what anybody says, dude. That is straight up gladiator shit. You're going in
Well,
there to just murder the dude, man. like being in a fight, and like I fought in hockey in a different sense, like back when I was younger, playing juniors and stuff, and had like a decent amount of fights. Like I fought over 3 years. I think I had like 35 fights in junior hockey. And dude, I'm telling you, there's a feeling like, and now like I'm sure you guys have all been into street fights or encounters or something, but like when I was on the ice and like you decide you're fighting and you drop your gloves, it's almost like time, like everything goes dead quiet. It just stands still. And you just like, you're so nervous. Like I would get so scared the second before like my gloves came off, and the second they hit the ice, I just like, you almost have an out of body experience where you just observe what's going on, but like you're in it. And then when you watch UFC and these fights, it's like that on like a microscope, right? Like that intense feeling of like that moment. And I just think that being able to watch that is what like captivates and brings everybody in, right?
I was thinking too about, we were mentioning that YouTube video I said I watched with the fighters down in the southern states, and like their only recourse to play hockey in their adulthood was to be a fighter.
Yeah.
And it kind of
dude.
brings me back to like the average fan, especially back in the old days, was like a bloodthirsty, if it ain't stand up and bang and somebody just falls flat on their face, I don't want to see it type shit. And that's kind of what Dana White peddles, again, especially in the early days, is they want to see a stand-up war. And if you're not going to give it your all, and you're going to fight smart, and you're going to fight to win and not to like excite people, then we don't want to see it type thing. But
yeah, and I think that one of the greatest like things that, and I know people in the fight industry probably don't see it this way, but like, you know, boxing matchmakers back in the day were kind of like, promoters weren't necessarily like the most ethical people, I don't think. And you know what I mean? Like, so essentially
definitely not.
Dana White just took the art of promoting a fight and turned it into $1 billion business. And like, that's why like when I hear him say stuff sometimes, I'm kind of like, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah, he's a fight promoter. Like his job.
Well, the story of the UFC is long and like many twists and turns, and it's crazy how many things needed to happen for it to end up the way it did. It's one of those classic stories of if one little thing happened differently, it wouldn't be here. And we could probably spend a whole episode pointing out different ones like that. But the best fight IQ in the game, I don't think I ever got around to it. I need to say the answer is, for me, either Jon Jones or George St. Pierre, because George, while he does listen very extensively to his corner and uses them very well, he's also a really good master at switching up his game plan when he needs to. When he's losing the fight, when his back's against the wall, he's proved it numerous times he can pull it out. Now, we were just watching a bit of the Johnny Hendricks GSP fight, which I actually thought he lost. The judges thought he won. Many fans thought he lost. He made the adjustments, I guess, necessary to win that one. He's done it multiple times in fights. The other person, Jon Jones, I think is even better at it. what comes to mind is when he was fighting Alex Gustafsson, and he was losing the first 2, if not 3 rounds, and he came back halfway through the third, and then he dominated the last 2 rounds, made the right adjustments, and it's just, what I need to do in the moment or what is happening throughout the course of the fight that I need to avoid going forward. And those are easy questions to ask when you're watching tape sitting at home on your couch. It's really hard to answer when you're in the cage, the adrenaline's running, your gas tank's running low, and you got to come up with something because you're getting your ass handed to you.
Yeah. I think, like, asking from an outside perspective, will Jon Jones potentially be, like, the most talented fighter to not do what everyone thought he was going to do if he doesn't? I mean, how many years does he have left as a fighter?
Solid 7.
Yeah, so
If
I mean, he's got time. You know what I mean? Like, he's got time to still show that he can be like. But like, dude, wasn't this guy supposed to be like the goddamn Wayne Gretzky of like MMA fighting? Or is that
All right?
like?
So I had it on the list of things to go through, but because it's such a natural segue and he asked the question, I'm gonna let Ed answer. And like, what do you think Jon Jones' legacy will be? Like, what do you think?
I think
about
his
him?
legacy will be hitting a pregnant lady with his car.
Pretty much.
That's his fucking legacy. Once you do that, the best you can be is the guy that hit a pregnant lady with your car, and then we're a good guy after.
Okay, so
That's
what is
his
your
best job, dude?
That's your personal
I did
opinion?
not know this.
And mine mirrors that pretty closely.
Sorry,
but
she was in a car.
Oh.
Like, she wasn't. He didn't straight up hit a pregnant lady.
He didn't run her down.
Oh, this really
but...
happened.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Oh man, it gets better. Can I keep going?
Oh,
yeah,
please.
so give Joe like an idea of like what's happened to Jon Jones.
Yeah.
That like the casual fan who's listening might not know.
Jesus fuck.
It sounds like a fantasy novel when you start going through it. like-
Where do we start?
Yeah,
right?
he went into a dryer and ended up in Narnia.
Right, I'll break it down for you, Joe. He was on track from a very young age, projected to be like one of the best fighters out there. He fulfilled that promise. He ended up winning a championship. He started working his way towards
Youngest
making
ever champion.
and he started making a resume towards like greatest fighter ever, even while he was still going, and pretty early on in that. And then I don't know what happened first. It was the first like cocaine bust, or it was the thing with the pregnant lady in the car after a drug binge or drunk or whatever he was.
Hold on. So he hits the car. He's driving a Bentley, right? He hits another car with a pregnant lady in it. Okay. So there's witnesses watching. He runs away. He gets out of his car. He runs away.
Oh no.
He runs back to the scene. Okay. He is seen stuffing bills into his pockets and grabbing white powder.
Oh shit.
Can't
he
forget
runs
that.
away again.
What the fuck, dude? Oh.
Just so we're clear, one incident.
And then he popped multiple times for steroids. He's been caught for cocaine. The guy is just a walking mess, but he's arguably the greatest MMA fighter of all time. Despite all of that, he's definitely in the top 3, and he still has the potential to be the best. But everyone just wants to hate him, and I can't say I don't see their point. Yeah, like what kind of a role model are you? I guess that's what the limelight can do to you if you don't want it. Is you can totally turn the corner and just turn into a piece of crap.
Fun fact: he put a post on Instagram recently when he was at, I think, Lucky Brand Jeans, or no, it was Old Navy, because they had the black jeans and they had the Spanish language on the tags, and it said, I don't know exactly what the Spanish word is, but it's like Negro or
El Rayo
Negro.
Negro.
And he posted on Instagram like Old Navy is racist. And people jumped on him so hard.
The Old Navy fans came out of the woodworks
Yeah, fucking pitchforks and
as they're defending Old Navy. I didn't know they had a crew, but it's just a bunch of middle-aged white women who are just like, leave Old Navy alone. We need it.
So yeah, Jax, everything you were saying about him, spot on, bud. He's got all the talent in the world and just throws it down the drain. It's sad to see.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he's gotten like 5 or 6 chances at this point, not even with just the UFC, but with the fans. And it's so sad. It's like a never-ending train wreck. He just keeps getting back in the caboose, and
It's an ongoing joke with MMA fans to just be like, how long will God keep testing him?
Dude. And
And
he just
God
like,
is testing me.
like he, and he just keeps fighting though, dude. Like that's the
doesn't
crazy
sound
part.
like God's testing him. It sounds like the devil's tempting him. You know?
oh,
He's
he's
just-
letting it happen
He's
too.
just testing himself, dude. He's just seeing how far it can go.
Well, he was the light heavyweight champion up until about a month ago when he vacated the title to go up to heavyweight. It's like just figure out your personal life, bro. We all want to see you in heavyweight, but
So he's in heavyweight now. He's fighting in heavyweight.
he hasn't fought yet. But he's going to. Didn't he have a fight at heavyweight? He
No.
fought somebody. No.
I think they're setting him up for Ngannou.
Oh, that would be a bloodbath.
That'd be a
Buddy,
fight and
Ngannou's a
That would be
fucking animal.
Yeah,
That guy hits
dude.
harder than like anybody.
Yeah, that would be a bloodbath, man. And Jon Jones is so long, it's insane. Just like watching him strike, like watching his kicks, dude. They're like sniper shots. You know, like some guys just throw
Yeah.
so much power.
Yeah, he's got some pinpoint accuracy, and the guy's just a freak athletically. Like his wingspan's like
Yeah.
a fucking pterodactyl. Was he like 87 inches or something?
I'm gonna say 70.
Crazy.
No, it's in the 80s, bro. It's
You're
like
probably right.
it's
Actually,
almost
If
90.
I was a
Fact check.
if I was a beginner like fighter, or
Ridiculous.
I was
wingspan.
I was learning how to I wanted to get into MMA, and I wanted to what are, in your guys' perspectives, like what are some good things to start off with, or what like techniques would be ideal, like in your opinions?
What, like, you want to be a competitor, or you want to be in an emergency able to impose your will?
The first one. The Wing Chun's obviously the answer for the second one, but the first one.
And number one is wrestling. Get a good single leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like number one.
Why just for the basic breaking down, why is wrestling like such a huge important part?
If I may, I think because you want to be able to control where the fight goes, and if you can control your opponent and dictate not only the pace of the fight, but where that fight is going to take place. If you're a stand-up guy and you got good wrestling, and in fact better than your opponent, then not only can you dictate where the fight goes, but you could probably smash him in any area of the fight. So
It also must be
There's,
so exhausting, wrestling.
yeah, wrestling builds a gas tank a lot.
There's a really good explanation that John Danaher gives about why do you ground your opponent in jiu-jitsu. And the analogy he always brings up is when they're going to brand a steer, they get it to get down, lie down.
Yeah.
And the reason is because the explosive power of legs is phenomenally dangerous. Whether it's a standing up person putting their lower body strength into a punch, or it's a person on the ground kicking upwards, right? Like
Those up kicks.
the hips and the legs are extremely powerful things. So putting somebody on their back takes away that explosive potential.
Wow.
And
Right.
that is the same point that you just made. It's just with a different angle of analysis.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
reasons for it
that makes
too. And like
sense, though.
they say wrestlers train the hardest because they're in and out of the training room at all times, just constantly.
They're psychos.
Yeah, they're crazy, man. They don't
They're
know how
psychos.
to take a break.
I call them the nerds. They're
Yeah.
the nerds of martial arts. They can kick the fuck out of you. Like, but they're weird.
Yeah.
They're a little socially awkward. They're really friendly, and they're willing to be friends if you are. But
And they got mean cauliflower ears.
they'll fuck
Yeah.
you up.
And their necks are like 62 inches wide, bro.
Fucking tree trunks.
Could you imagine? 62
Dude.
inches wide.
Dude, no, but I'm not joking. There was a wrestling team at my Catholic school. My brother was on it, and he was actually like a really good wrestler in Calgary. He won like city championship wrestling, whatever. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, back in
That's
like
legit.
back in like he was like probably 14 or whatever at the time, and then he moved on and started playing hockey. But dude, and so I got into it because I was like, oh, that's cool. Like he's in wrestling, like I'll try it out. And my very first practice, dude, they had us doing like bridges on the back of our heads, like on our necks.
Build that neck strength.
Dude, literally every day we do workout and do like core and then do neck building exercises. And I was like, bruh, I ain't about this. The whole time I kept thinking like, what happens when my neck is gonna snap? I'm not about this life, dude.
Can I ask? Did you ever pull your neck like a motherfucker?
Yes, dude. Like the fourth day there, dude. I like my neck cranked sideways, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then I literally went to the coach. I was like, "Is that supposed to happen?" And he's like, "Yeah, you got to get past that. Like you just got to toughen up."
Just toughen up.
Dude,
Nobody understands until it's happened to them when someone grabs the crown of your head and tries to yank down as hard as they can with all their weight. It hurts, man.
Dude, I
So
went.
Joe.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say to add to Ed's point about if you're a newcomer and you're looking, what are my bases of being a good fighter? What should I focus on right from the outset? I'd say wrestling for everything we just mentioned, and then if you're gonna pick one aspect of striking, the obvious one is Muay Thai, because the 8-point striking gives you like every different option you can imagine.
8 point.
Plus, it's
What do you mean? 8-point strike? Like elbows.
well,
fists.
you got your 2 fists, your 2 knees, your feet, and your hands.
Okay.
Or
Elbows.
elbows. Yeah.
Did you know that headbutts were legal?
I was just gonna say.
I
There
was
no
literally
ref
just gonna ask.
until
Is there like a
90s
9-point
system?
striking.
Until like the 1970s.
I did
It
not
was-
know that.
And there was
no.
no ref.
Like so if a wrestler
knife-
what do they
headbutted
do?
you,
Just-
oh dude,
dead. Your heart would your heart would stop on impact, dude. You just dead.
Imagine
dude,
Sean Shirk.
shit.
dude, I used to work out at this
I keep
gym.
interrupting, but it's just too much funny like history shit.
No, we love it. That's shit we want to listen to. What were you saying, Jack?
Oh, I used to work out with at this gym in Arizona, and this one time there's this like Muay Thai fighting team came in to work out at the gym there, and we were like coming in one day to start working out, and like we're stretching and like getting worked out, and our trainers like run us through what we're gonna do for the day, and out on the lawn, these like 4 little Thai guys start like sparring, but when they spar, they straight up hit each other, like they it's like a full out like. They're like smacking each other,
Yeah.
kicking each other, dude. So it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. We're like stretching out, getting ready for our workout. And these 4 Muay Thai guys are just beating the piss out of each other at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, what is happening right now?
How big of a puss did you feel like after watching that?
Dude, such a puss. And like they would like punch each other, but then the most insane thing is like they would like throw a kick and then like open hand palms smack each other in the face. So like dude, you'd hear this like massive smack off the guy's leg, and then he'd go down, and then like ear popping loud like bitch slap to the face, dude. And everyone else is doing like lunges and like doing sprints in the corner, and these 4 guys are just having a death match in the middle of the gym.
Well, a lot of people when they think about Muay Thai, it's the guy kicking the tree, right?
Yeah.
They YOLO.
That's
not
Muay
that
Thai
bad.
kicking the tree.
That's not that bad.
Well, it is for me. It's like the average person. You're like, my shin. Ow.
No. They kick banana trees. And
Yeah.
banana trees, like consistency wise, are very different. So when you say kicking a tree, it's like
I'm gonna have to go
so,
kick. Well,
for
okay,
the record,
context is
for the
everything.
record, I have watched a Thai guy kick a wooden baseball bat and break it first try,
Ow.
and that is,
Ow.
for the record, insane and amazing.
I want to
But-
test out the banana tree here because I still think it's probably harder than the average person.
However, the baseball bat is far more impressive than the banana tree. Like,
yeah, I would agree. Okay.
breaking the banana tree is like it's not easy. It's not the easiest thing, but if you're a 10-year kickboxer, yeah, you can do
Dude, just imagine somebody taking a wooden bat, and smashing it up against your shin.
it. Dude, I watched.
Oh fuck,
He's
dude.
doing it the other way.
Weeks,
It's just-
man. Like
Yeah.
Dude, or like
no
in
fucking
movies,
big deal.
in movies
That's
when
the
guys
advantage.
get like tripwire and their shins get like snapped. Imagine how badly that would hurt. It's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
the advantage, though, of doing a bunch of Muay Thai is you're walking around with a baseball bat.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that's why I would say, bar none, that's the best striking thing if you're gonna look
Yeah,
to
like
be a
it-
fighter and be effective.
what is it doing?
It's
Is
the
it like
best kind of
callousing your shin, or is it like thickening the bone on your shin or something? Like what's going on there?
It's kind of a combination of developing mental strength through repetition, a little bit of bone strengthening for sure, because I couldn't quote you the exact medical principle, but I know it has wolf in the name.
That's so legit.
No, but there's a guy that he discovered back in the Civil War that when you microfracture a bone, it develops these calloused areas where it grows back stronger, and so that there's some of that occurs, and I think this is probably not proven, but I think there's some nerve deadening that occurs over time. You don't feel it quite as much.
You just said it had a wolf in its name. That is so badass. Of course it's gonna work.
It's like a German dude. So.
Wolfitis. Oh, he's got that wolfitis. Yeah, his shins are hard as fuck, though.
Sounds
All right. Well, we got some more prompts to do, and we're pretty much almost to the episode time. So,
Oops.
no, it's fine because that means we're having fun.
How are the fights going
Okay,
tonight?
so let's do some. Is there fights tonight?
Yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Augusto
I saw
Sakai.
him on the feed.
Augusto Sakai fought Alistair Overeem.
Overeem won that one, didn't he?
Prue
Oh yeah, OSP.
fought somebody I can't remember.
He knocked him into next week. So we've talked a lot about, the history of fighting, or who's our favorite this and who's that. Let's talk about the worst. Who is the worst referee of all time? Is this even a question?
Worst referee.
What's his name? I can't remember his name.
It's Steve Mazzagatti. Let me just tell you. If you ever want to see something hilarious, just Google.
Oh no.
Dana
No.
White
I can
hates
challenge.
Steve Mazzagatti. Okay, let's hear Ed's rebuttal. 'Cause
It's Cecil Peoples.
isn't he a judge?
He has been a judge, but he's also been
Notoriously
oh my God,
terrible.
You
judge,
have to
too.
look up the shit this guy does. You know how Big Joe McCarthy he goes, or
Big
John
Joe.
McCarthy, he goes, you and you, let's get it on.
Yeah.
And you know how other people are like, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's do this. Handle your business. Whatever the fuck they say. The thing this guy does, I can't even describe. Like,
Okay, please elaborate.
he seems to form a rectangle with his arms and one of his legs, and he twists at the hip, and then the fight starts.
What the fuck?
Okay, wait. What's this
We
guy's name?
gotta watch this. Cecil Peoples.
Hold on.
All right, yeah, you gotta show me this. I'm not believing you.
Okay, we are Googling.
The reason I say Steve Mazzagatti is because there's been like at least 3 to 5, and when Dana White goes off on a tirade and says this guy is the worst fucking ref ever, he's got a point. And what did he say? He's like, he could save small orphans from fires in his spare time, but he could be a great guy, but he's a shit ref. The guy's a fucking moron. He's let fighters just take beatings after they're already like knocked out, and it's on the ref to pull the fighter off, right?
Oh god.
You guys are watching Cecil
I'm
Peoples.
sorry.
All right, show me.
Dude, he does like the kung fu moves and stuff, and he jumping right into the fucking octagon.
Right at the
game.
start of this video.
Book it. Let's see it.
Oh, dude.
There it is. Okay.
Show me this
pointing at
rectangle
both of them.
thing.
He's
Okay,
pointing
yeah.
at both of them.
Yeah. What the fuck is that? Okay, yeah, that's. Does that make him the worst though?
Okay, I need
Is
this
he a bad
video.
referee, or is he just a goofy fuck?
Dude, there's a minute and a half of him.
Look at him
fucking
running in
that job.
like 5 minutes after. Yeah, okay, so Mazzagatti does the same. The guy's like dead on the ground, and he's like pulling him off. Yeah, that's bad. That is bad.
Dude, him tackling the guy when the guy's just knocked out on the ground, he just rolls over the limp body. My God.
I challenge anyone to describe that thing he does though at the front.
Oh, it's like a freaking judo chop knee, like into the air. What the fuck is he doing?
That looks like some Tai Bo warm up work. Shit.
Oh my
okay.
God, dude.
Yeah, he's a piece of work. You know what? Shout out to another cool ref is that Viking guy who's got like a beard with like anal beads in him.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that guy?
No.
That's such a
He's the
good
one who says handle your
description.
business.
What is his name? You know, I could just type in Google anal.
Anal? No.
Anal-
Don't
no.
start with anal.
Anal bead beard ref. Yes.
There's something you should never start.
Viking ref.
Don't ever start a Google search with anal. Rule number 1 of Google.
See, you're not gonna find. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, dude.
I'm ashamed.
Fuck, I'm on YouTube and I just like all I'm getting is anal beads videos, like so.
Strokes, beard. Fight.
God damn it. But by the way, saying handle your business might be the dopest way of saying like let's get it on. Like anti-fighters being like handle your business, that's sick.
What is that Viking fuck's name? We found pictures of him, but apparently he's mysterious. There was Viking season 3. Watch now. Or,
Dude.
yeah, he looks like a Viking. Anyways, just Google what did you write? Viking UFC ref, and then go to the images and scroll down a bit. You'll see him. Craziest beard in the fucking world. We were watching at Ed's house, strangely enough, a UFC with like, I don't know, 10, 15 people in the room. And all of a sudden this ref shows up before the fight. We're like, what the fuck is this guy wearing?
Oh,
He's got like a 6-foot beard with like elastics in it. It looks like anal beads.
Mike Beltran.
Mike Beltran?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Fantastic beard.
Pretty good ref. Pretty good ref.
Fantastic beard.
He's a pretty good ref. Yeah, he's not bad. So he shouldn't be on the worst ref of all time list. We just wanted to shout him out when we're talking about refs. Favorite fighter lately? Go.
That's tough.
I got 2 of them.
Favorite fighter lately.
You want me to go? I'll give you some marinating time. Do you guys have anything?
No, unfortunately, I don't follow the game close enough.
So here, I'll give you 2 names that you need to go check out after this is done, and just watch this
Are
wizard.
you gonna say? Hold on. Are you gonna say Bruce Leroy?
No, why would I?
Because he got 2 wins. He got one against Chase Hooper.
No,
I thought you
that's
might say-
not
never
who
mind,
I'm telling
never
him to watch. Let's be real. I'm talking Bryce Mitchell, if you want to watch some insane ground tactitional work. The last time I saw this guy fight, they call it a twister, second only one in UFC history.
Yeah.
And the entire fight, he was working for it like 3 or 4 times. He almost had Buddy in it before he finally finished him with it. But the entire fight was him just toying with a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt like he's a fucking 3-year-old kid, and just transitioning at will into like really high level jiu-jitsu techniques that you won't see very often, and just doing it like it's his butter, like nothing. Instant fan. So check him out, Bryce Mitchell. And then the other guy, if you want it, the other spectrum, a stand-up monster that just gets better every day, and he's like one of the smartest to do it, is Justin Gaethje. That guy's a bomber. He's got a chin of steel.
Yeah.
And he is very technical. Like when you take Tony Ferguson apart like he did, and Tony Ferguson's an absolute monster. He was shredding people. He cut them up. He make them bleed, make them quit. Like Tony Ferguson was the boogeyman, and he went in there and just tore him apart for 5 rounds and made him look stupid. So if you could do that to Tony, if you can take a shot like I've seen him take, and you can dish it out even worse, like his hooks that he throws are like the stuff of nightmares. Like he'll fucking knock you into the next galaxy. So check him out. He's fighting Khabib next, for the title.
Khabib.
October.
Yeah, I'm watching some Justin Gaethje, some highlights against some of them are against like Dustin Poirier, but just like looking at his striking, like he's kicking the dude right in the like crevice of the back of the leg, like perfectly right there, like right under the ear. Like it looks like he's just sniping people with the strikes.
Trevor Whitman.
And I'm watching this.
Trevor Whitman.
I'm watching Bryce Mitchell right now, and I'm into the twister because that might be the coolest sounding thing ever.
Oh, you want to know the mechanics of that?
I
Yeah,
know. I'm
it's
watching
insane.
it. This is bananas.
He's twisting your spine. It's twisting your spine. It's incredibly painful.
Damn.
It's
Like,
incredibly painful. Think about
Joe.
the worst back pain in your life.
Joe, what's that Mike Tyson quote?
He's literally trying to break this dude's back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I broke
Yeah.
my back. Spinal. Yeah, that's
Spinal.
Fine.
A spinal.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's so savage. Is a successful result of the twister breaking the dude's back?
If you
It's
must.
making the guy scream like a little girl, yeah. Like, but okay, watch that whole fight, the one that he put the twister in.
Oh,
I think it's like 5 minutes, maybe 2 rounds if he's lucky. And just the whole thing, it's like that is high level jujitsu at the best it is in today's MMA.
Dude,
And that's a glimpse to the future.
he goes twister into arm bar, into arm pin,
I
into
know.
elbows to the face, dude. In a matter of like 20 seconds, he goes for an arm
I
bar.
don't know if he's got a fight booked right now, but I'm invested in that guy's success. I think he's going to be a champion someday. If he's a good striker, he seems like he's good enough where he can like get it to where he wants it, but time will tell. Gaethje is an absolute fucking monster fighting the champ next. So
Jesus, dude.
yeah. What about you, Ed?
I wanted to add.
Were you serious with the Bruce Leroy?
Well, he's very exciting recently.
He's a jerk face.
He's a
Anyways.
jerk face. I don't like him.
Justin Gaethje was one of mine.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
hard not to like that guy. Who's the guy that he fought outside of the UFC, like in that old organization he was in? He had
fought a friend of
2
mine.
fights with the same guy, and it was basically like, Don Fry with the Japanese guy when they're just hockey fighting each other.
Oh, really? Yeah, that doesn't sound surprising. Probably World Series of Fighting.
Yeah,
He
it was
in
probably World Series of Fighting, and it was like some Geronimo, I think it was his name, Geronimo Santos or something.
I probably watched one of them. I don't think
He fought the same guy twice. The second one wasn't as good, but the first one was basically them standing toe to toe, haymakers for like 12 and a half minutes. Just you felt like anyone of the punches that they threw was just gonna knock the guy senseless.
Dude, he's a psycho.
Yeah, you guys should try and find that if you can.
And all of his fights are amazing.
Yeah, he's just so good.
I'm watching this Justin Gaethje guy.
Yeah,
The
that's what we're talking
backflip,
about.
the backflip off the top of the cage. What, dude? That's worth admission in itself.
Yeah, no, favorite fighter right now.
If you want to understand his method a little, watch the Tony Ferguson fight in the first round and watch how long it takes him to actually move in and engage. He's got this really interesting like footwork method that he's developed with Trevor Whitman as coach, and he's very particular about where he starts to engage. He's not as, you get the impression from his highlights that he's a brawler.
Yeah.
He's very, very tactically intelligent.
He's had the tendency to devolve into a brawler, but now he's showing with what he's doing lately that he is a technical fighter. He can pinpoint hit you where he wants to. And now that he's focusing more on like taking that insane power and that insane chin and hitting you where he wants to accurately, like made him such a better fighter.
Can I have a second answer?
Yeah.
What's his name?
That guy?
The Wizard, Ryan Hall.
He's also a very good jiu-jitsu fighter.
Because he might be the future.
Well, who do you think would win, him or Bryce Mitchell?
I think he would win. I think Ryan Hall would
I'd
win.
take that bet 10 out of 10.
I don't think you that bad, actually. But not because I know I'm right, just because I think I'm right.
Yeah. They're probably different weight classes.
But he has basically a Taekwondo style mixed with a BJJ style. And he's got this weird thing where he basically will let you fight him from range. That's it. Like he won't let you get too close, and he'll try and throw these really, really long kicks and all that kind of thing. And then if you get close, if you get to boxing range, then he's grappling. And it's a different mix of like martial arts styles that the world hasn't really seen before. And so far, he's undefeated with it in the UFC.
There you go. He's doing something. So was he on Tough or something?
He was, yeah.
He was, yeah. Did he win?
I believe so.
Well, they count those as exhibitions, right? So even if he didn't, he'd still be.
It won't count for his record, but he beat BJ Penn, and he beat 2 guys before that. So he's up to 3, I think. So
now that the boys have the YouTube on fleek and they're checking out the footage,
Sheesh.
I want to ask you, what's the funniest fight you've ever seen?
Oh my God, that's so easy.
There's a few of them for me.
There's I think it might be Ryzen or it's 1FC. There's multiple fights with a fighter whose last name is Myanus. So just pick one.
So not the fight
pick one.
itself.
Just pick one.
Can we get a
Myanus
spelling?
is bleeding.
Myanus.
My favorite part.
Myanus.
Myanus is taking a beating.
My anus is taking a beating.
Dude, it literally says Daniel.
And it's Michael Chiavello, who has a beautiful voice. So it's just like it's. I can't believe you haven't heard it in more hip hop songs.
Daniel My Anus. Is that the guy's name?
My anus is
Michael Chiavello is the
bleeding.
announcer. and I
Oh
can't
my
remember.
god,
the
yeah,
guy's
there's so many clips you could just tear them apart.
That's so tough, dude.
So
Imagine,
you don't
imagine
have like
growing
an
up.
yeah, that would have been schoolyard hell. So you don't have like an actual funny, you know, in the ring kind of. So I'll
Oh.
give you an example.
Can I pick a boxing match?
Yeah, I mean you can pick whatever you want.
What's the one where fucking
Zab Judah gives him the fucking I'm drunk point at the ref, like don't you dare stop that fight. Gives him the Jimmy like. Okay. My funniest UFC fight, Scott Smith versus Pete Sell, was funny, only because Scott Smith gets hit with a body shot so hard that it like broke his fucking rib,
Oh, I know this.
and then was it Scott Smith and Pete Sell? Anyways,
It's the epic
yeah,
comeback.
he punched him in the rib so hard that he like probably broke his rib. Scott Smith keels over and is like, ah! So Pete Sell rushes at him like 100 miles an hour and he was charging up to fucking take his head off. And Scott Smith just like, after leaning over and like basically touching the mat with his hand, comes up and just fucking thunder hooks him right in the jaw and knocks him out.
That is, I think I've seen a GIF of this before, but I'm watching the full fight, Smith versus Sell. Dude, 10 seconds into the fight, they're teeing off on each other.
Yeah.
And then they separate, and he starts clapping and goes, "Let's go!" And he looks over and they high five each other, and then they start fighting again.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking
That
of
might be the
earlier.
one.
But yeah, Ed and I were talking about. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's just insane, dude. This guy looks like an actual crazy person.
Yeah, no, it's because Scott Smith just likes to bang. So if I could, I would highly recommend you. He's like one of my top 5 fighters of all time. Not because he's been ultra successful, but because every time he goes out to fight, no matter who it is, he's throwing down to the bitter end.
Yeah, dude. They high five a couple times throughout the fight.
Yeah, the high five, I don't get. Just fucking kill the guy,
dude. It's absolutely insane because like we were talking about, like when you look at it as like two kind of like assassins in there to kill each other, and no matter how they can do it, you know, because like you get your fist, but you have so many different ranges. You can become like a big time boxer, a big time whatever wrestler, this that, and so you really like have your like, oh my god, I just watched where he like faked that he was hurt. He bombed the guy. Dude, that is insane.
So you just saw the ending of it?
Yeah, where he like keels over like he got hurt.
He ain't faking, bro.
Oh, he actually did break his ribs?
I don't know if he broke his ribs, but he hit him with a body shot so hard that it made him keel over. And then he was just like probably thinking in his head when this guy's rushing at him, like, I have one shot here. I'm just going to fucking let her rip. And it just smokes him.
Dude, okay, do you have the video pulled up? Because it honestly
it's in my mind though. Like I know
he
I've seen it like 10
he throws
times.
like a left hook, and it looks like he honestly misses with the body shot, and he just keels over. Unless it's just the angle.
If you watch it from a different angle, you'll see he definitely tags him.
And then throws the most mean right you've ever seen.
I have an answer. A funny fight.
All right, lay it on me.
Caleb Stearns versus Nate Quarry.
Is that the one where he's running?
Yeah, don't watch this fight. Do not watch this fight. Unless you're going to watch just the third round, and probably the last half of the third round, because I can't even describe what Nate Quarry starts doing. Basically, one guy ran away the entire fight. And when I say ran away the entire fight, I mean every second. And he's our countryman, so I don't want to hit him too hard. But fucking hell, he ran the whole fight, and Nate Quarry starts. How would you describe this? He starts.
I don't even know.
Go watch the second half of the third round.
Yeah, if you want a knee slapping good time. Another fight you need to watch is Gray Maynard versus Rob Emerson. So the end of this fight, just watch the end of it. So the Gray Maynard is like known as a wrestler who developed some pretty good boxing along the way. But at this point, when he fought this Rob Emerson guy, he's basically a wrestler, and he picks Rob Emerson up on his shoulder slams him into the ground so hard.
Yes, dude, I've seen that.
That it right now, just like smashes his face on the fucking ground. Where
Yeah,
he
so
slammed
he
him.
breaks his ribs and he smashes his own head on the ground, and then like he's coming up, and he's like, "Bleh," and they're like, "No, you're out too." He's like making the case after. I wasn't out, man. I wasn't out. Yes, you were. You were
Double
fucking.
knockout.
Yeah, he was fucking out.
Dude, he has an
Rare double
interview.
knockout.
You just see Joe Rogan's face, and Joe Rogan's like, "No, man, you were knocked
You're out,
out."
bro. Yeah.
And he was like, "No, I wasn't." And he's like, "Yeah, you were, bro. We can all see it."
Joe Rogan, you were right, bro. He was out.
Dude, so funny.
And Jackson, the one that you were talking about, where it's two guys basically high fiving each other. If you check out Robbie Lawler versus Chris Lytle, there's a point where Chris Lytle hits Robbie Lawler with a punch, and he literally puts his hands up in the air like he just like won the fight, and he just goes woo, and just like oh come on.
Dude, I love that shit.
I think it's bad fighting technique, but it's definitely fun
It's
to watch.
entertaining, dude.
And the funniest fight you will ever see in your life, I think it's going back to UFC 4, maybe 3, is Keith Hackney versus Joe Son. And Joe Son is a convicted rapist after the fact, like 20 years down the road. So fuck this guy. He
shit.
deserved everything he got. But and he was also in a movie. What movie was that?
He's just punching him.
He's in Austin Powers. He's like the Odd Job.
Dude, he's just
parody.
punching him in the balls, bro.
Oddjob
Yeah.
is a rapist?
No, Joe Son, who is a UFC fighter in the Austin Power movies. There's a parody of Odd Job from James Bond.
Oh,
Little
yeah,
short
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
And
Random
he
Task.
plays him.
Random
Task, yeah. That's
Dude,
that's Joe Son.
Task is a rapist.
Random Task is a rapist, yeah.
How is he just
Convicted
getting
rapist and
punched?
kidnapper.
Real
just-
life is ridiculous.
Holy.
Are you watching the Keith Hackney one where he's getting punched in the balls?
Yeah,
He's
just like
That was
so
legal
many.
back in the day. I know.
Well, as
And
in-
you want to feel bad for him, but this guy's a convicted rapist. So go Keith Hackney, punch those balls.
but how do you not let
Okay.
go of that choke, though, dude?
It might not be funny because they almost died, but Data 5000 versus Kimbo Slice.
Mm.
If you watch that, it's live. I watched it live. It was funny when we found out they almost died.
Not so
less
funny.
It was less funny, yeah.
Later,
Did you-
immediately, it was more funny.
Did you guys ever
But
hear
we were
Kimbo
drunk.
Slice?
Oh, dude, Kimbo Slice was like
Who
the
didn't, right?
original, dude. Backyard Brawler.
So, for context, his he was like a promoter and like one of his buddies and like one of his bodyguard entourage during the backyard fighting days. His name's Data 5000. They ended up fighting in what was it? Strikeforce, Elite
Might have been
XC,
Bellator.
Bellator. Yeah, one of those not UFC organizations, and they were in such bad shape that they like arm punched through 2.5 rounds and barely made it to the final bell. And when they did, they like collapsed on the ground.
dude, they
And
almost
Data
died
had to
from-
get taken to the hospital. Yeah,
His heart stopped.
was it like liver failure?
Yeah, he wasn't doing good.
No, I hate to laugh about that, but like, holy, how out of shape were you? What did you expect to happen?
Oh yeah, dude, I've seen this.
yeah, there's a lot of blood on the ground, like on the mat.
But
yeah.
dude, like, look at how big of a barrel this
man.
Data B guy has, bro. Like, at least Kimbo's jacked.
I have so many good prompts for you, so we're gonna have you back for other episodes too.
I got a kid, so you better be more efficient with these.
I'll go for 3 hours, bro. You want to go for 3 hours?
No, I got a kid too. We kept doing 3 hours.
Oh no, man! Jake was saying earlier you have like a newborn, like 4 months old or something. I was like, oh, his life sucks.
No.
That guy's life.
No, he's almost 8 months, so we're kind of almost out of the. No, I mean you're never out of the woods in parenthood, are you? I think you're always in the woods the whole time. You're just going through different trails.
It's just
But-
different times of day that you're in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. So no, he's in like pretty much like the best stage right now. Like he
He's
just
such
wants
a
to
beauty,
play.
man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
he just wants
he's
to
a
play
cute kid.
all day or sleep or eat. That's it. It's pretty
They're
dope.
a real
right?
person, and they laugh and they like things, but they don't move too fast, man. And
Yeah.
They start climbing things.
Dude. He wants to climb so bad, dude. It's insane. Like, and to see that like want of a person where you can see it in their eyes when it's the most like little thing. Like he wants to climb on the couch so bad, and he'll just look at me and be like, like if I could, I'd be up there, man. And I'll pick him up and be like, yes, did it.
No jokes, man. No jokes. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
You get to go through that phase right there, and it's man, it's so much fun.
You can have another.
dude.
You can
Enjoyed
have
it.
another.
Yeah, man, I'm virile as fuck.
Yeah,
Coming
dude.
along, Ed Finn.
Once you have one, dude, it's you realize why people want to have more, going through all these different levels and
Yeah.
stages of it. For sure.
So I want to just, because he's the guy in MMA right now. We're gonna put it to bed and discuss more on the next episode with Ed here. But Conor McGregor, what do you guys think? Just give me some bullets from each of you.
Fuck that guy.
Why do you elaborate?
I don't know. Like, I attack random people in public.
Huh?
Yeah,
Fuck that guy.
I throw dollies at buses.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
for sure.
He's an asshole.
There's a level of it where you got to be like, when you get to that level of like fame or whatever you call it, like being popular in the public eye, you got to realize that like you can't be doing shit like that. Not only like you can't do it period because you're a bad person if you do that, but like, dude, just dumb shit. But then it also plays in to like how much of himself is trying to sell himself, like, which I don't. Again, the sport is good enough to just not need all that shit, but he does find a way to just be on everyone's tongue.
Yeah, he's a household name because of that kind of shit.
Exactly.
I think playing devil's advocate, like his opponents don't always sell the fights. He always sells the fights, and it's like him taking the load of like promoting the fight. I mean, there's a certain point when you go too far, but like the red panty press conference and
That was all fun.
him shit talking Nate Diaz on like live TV saying he can't count to 10. I'll take this one. You just sit back, Nate. Like he's undoubtedly the best shit talker of all time, and you kind of need a bit of that, but at some point you also need to like know when to pull back, and he definitely doesn't. But who's to say when the line is the line? Because he's the highest paid by far, one of the most successful. If only he would just buckle down and train hard.
Maybe.
Well, how is he getting paid so much for like?
Or he needs to not
He
go
sells
between
tickets.
boxing and
Sells
MMA
tickets,
whenever he
yeah.
wants to make more money.
In
Like-
the immortal words of Nick Diaz, wolf tickets, bro. Wolf tickets.
He does make people want to watch him. Like,
Yeah.
even if I'm like, fuck that guy, I want to watch him lose.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to see it because
Exactly.
it's a spectacle. It's a shit show.
And he's like, for the record, he's a good fighter. I
Yeah.
can't take that away from him.
He would
Not
be
as-
the best fighter though if he would stop fucking around.
I don't know about that. How can that's pure speculation?
Because he's got all the tools, I think. Like he's got great takedown defense. He hits like a truck. He's got very good pinpoint accuracy.
He's not
Like
gonna be the best ever against Khabib.
I don't think
gonna
Khabib
just-
can take a shot from him.
He did.
I mean,
Dude, Khabib was fighting for his country in that ring, dude. That was another level, bro. He was like,
well, and Khabib
Dude,
took it
when he
seriously.
starts talking to him,
oh,
Khabib
dude.
takes it like deadly seriously.
So
when he starts, let's talk. Let's talk.
let's
You wanna
talk
talk
now.
now? Yeah.
Let's talk now, dude. So apparently Khabib is like world famous for talking in the ring, and so if you look at his fight, I think it's the fight before he fights Conor.
Give me that
I,
title
I
shot.
already know what you're talking about. It's
Dude,
the Michael Johnson fight.
Dude, so okay, thank you. It's Khabib versus Michael Johnson, and he has him on the ground against the cage, dude, and he's punching this dude in the face, going, "Give up, bro! Like, give up! I need this title fight! Like, give up, dude! Like, please! Like,
he's telling Dana White in the audience, like,
Dude, he's
hey,
like,
Dana, give me that.
He's like, I respect you, but like, please, man, like, please, just give up." And he's feeding him shots in the face, being like, "I need it, man, I need it." And I'm like,
It's
dude,
my time.
nuts!
You know
bro.
this.
You know this. That's what he says. You know this. Imagine getting punched in the face, being held on the ground, while a man is in your face going, "Give me the title shot. You know this. I'm better than you. You know this." Bang. Bang.
I wrestle bears in my free time. Give up.
Dude, yeah,
It's
you're
really
fighting.
true. I hate to like give too much credence to Joe Rogan, but the thing he says about there's a look on guys' faces when Khabib gets on top of them.
Yes.
Like, oh,
Okay. So we got to finish off with this
Legit.
and come full circle because Khabib is a scary man. I think anyone who's seen him fight, like he's oppressive and he just drains the life out of you because you're like, this guy's just gonna blanket me for 5 rounds and just pummel me in the face with ground and pound, and he'll never get tired. But him versus Gaethje presents some certain, you know, I think what Gaethje's good at is the type of fighter you need to beat Khabib. But can he stay off his back? I don't know. It's going to be – that's like one of my dream fights is Khabib's dominance in wrestling and his gas tank versus probably like the most explosive striker pound for pound. Hits like a truck, and we were talking earlier, he can hit you right on the button nowadays. And what he did to Tony Ferguson – I don't know who's going to win that fight. I think Gaethje's going to take it, and
I don't want to derail it too much here.
Khabib's been off for a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Jake is watching me shake my head.
Yeah, he's shaking his head.
Sorry.
I don't blame you, but
I was just gonna say, could you imagine not even the physical and the like skills advantage you'd get from it, but imagine the mental like balls you'd have in your head being like, I used to wrestle bears. Like I'm fighting people, but like, dude, think of when you think of a bear, think of how terrifying it is. Like getting within like 5 feet of a bear, I would be so scared if it was like in the wild. And he just has the mental advantage of knowing that he was just wrestling them when he was a young child boy back in the day.
that was a real thing, though, right? Like he did that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes, dude. There's videos of him wrestling a bear as like legit
a kid. Yeah,
a like 5-year-old child.
Like
It's
a full
insane.
bear, like or like
No,
a,
it's
well, no, it was like
it's
the
like a
bear cub
cub.
and him as a kid.
Yeah.
They look like they're like the same age in bear years.
They grew up
versus
together.
human years. Yeah,
This is my boy.
like I don't think the bear was
some
5.
smart bear.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I just
But
pictured
if
him
you
like
wrapped-
being in a fucking tree and like jumping on the bear's back and
no,
The
dude.
bear
Like,
goes to school with them.
yeah, it's his best friend. They hang out every day together. Him and the bear just get into it sometimes. No, but the bear is like doing like it honestly looks like he's wrestling the bear and he's like gets in like a wrestling stance and like the bear like comes at him and he like ducks it and like takes it down. It's like you got to just check it out, dude. It's hilarious.
Consider me signed up for that one.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I think MMA talk is coming to an end. Unfortunately, we didn't get to music, but we're an hour and a half in, so let's start some segments.
I don't know.
It's time for Would You Rather?
I don't know.
All right, boys. Another exciting round of Would You Rather. I was planning to do who would win in a fight, but I couldn't find enough good ones. So I guess I'll lead off with the only one that caught my eye, and then we'll go into some classic Would You Rather. Who do you think would win, Macaulay Culkin or Michael Cera?
Oh my god.
um,
Culkin's seen the darkness.
Would Michael Cera sarcasm him to death, or would he succumb to the traps in the Home Alone house?
Have you seen Macaulay Culkin recently? He looks like he's killed people.
Yeah.
I'm going
Is
with
he
Macaulay Culkin.
because he's done so many drugs and looks homeless, or
Yeah.
is he?
Yeah, he looks
Oh,
like he's
okay, yeah.
snatched a soul or two before.
Yeah.
Man, he used to date Mila Kunis. Good for him.
What?
What?
They were a thing for a long time.
Oh, when he was 9?
No, apparently when they were adults. He got Jackie, man.
Macaulay Culkin, dude.
yeah,
of all
That's
people, yeah.
surprising. That's very surprising to hear.
I feel like there'd be a lot of
This is like-
scratching going on in that fight.
Yeah, a little bitch slapping, a little eye poking.
I'm gonna say Michael Cera just to be just because I feel like he would just come in with the pincer hands and start fucking poking. Macaulay Culkin would be too fucking drugged out to know what's going on.
Have you seen Michael Cera in the This Is the End?
That's
That-
what I was
Yes.
picturing.
Dude, so funny, dude. His
Such a
character, he's such a prick, dude, and he's just so funny and arrogant and like a little puke. I could see him being a very manipulative guy to fight.
He's that way in Molly's game too.
Yeah, he
And-
is.
Allegedly, that's Toby Maguire.
I know. I heard that too. I heard that Tobey
Mhm.
Maguire is the guy who
Allegedly.
like allegedly. But it's one of those things that's like such a popular rumor that it almost has to be true, you know?
We sure hope so.
Yeah, right? Makes sense.
It's funny.
Yeah, I'm looking up like who would win in a fight questions, and I am appalled for the world of Reddit. I didn't think they could sync this though. One of them is Christopher Reeve versus Stephen Hawking. Like, come on, guys.
Oh my god, dude. Superman?
I gotta give that to Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the physicist.
Like Hawking would probably have some like
True.
machines, like some robots come out of the left field, and
Fuck yeah,
all
dude.
about who you know.
He'd have a huge friggin' like a cyborg machine robot thing that just like appeared like a transformer, and I don't know. I feel like Hawking would have some wild techniques.
you will die now.
Yeah, he just
Wow.
transforms into a big friggin' Optimus Prime, and
Yeah, but he's fighting Superman, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, he just Lex Luthered him. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a way to just you have kryptonite fucking guns.
oh man. Reddit is quite the place.
Savage. Okay, so remember when we were talking about the could you battle like 50 10-year-olds?
Oh yes.
So there's an extra part to that apparently.
50 is a lot.
They said, imagine they attack you in waves of 10 each, with a 10-year-old demi-boss every 5 waves and a 15-year-old at the end of each level.
That's like
Found the dungeon master.
it's like Spartan level strategy, dude. Like
Dude, I'm not gonna budge off my point that I feel like a 10-year-old would not be that. 10-year-olds, I don't think. I mean, I guess maybe grouped together, but the 15-year-old is where you'd be in trouble because like some 15-year-olds mature early, dude, and get pretty jacked. But
Yeah.
I think it would just be the sheer number of 10-year-olds. 10 at a time would be tough.
I was listening to the podcast that we talked about that back the other day, and I was just dying with you. Like, I'm going to grab him by the ankles and spin him around and just smoke him with it.
You can't tell me that's not the best strategy. So, okay, here's the thing. There's 10-year-olds running at you, hopefully in a circle of pattern. What you ideally want to do is you'd want to quickly evaluate how tall they all are. You'd want to find the shortest, lightest one and go after him first. So you're probably going to get at least a couple of them on your back while you're doing this, but you just got to be quick. It doesn't matter if you knock him out or not. Just get him flipped around, grab his ankles, and use him as a projectile to just dummy all the other 10-year-olds. I think that's your best way to go.
Man, you made the case the first time around, and I was on board with that. I think that's an amazing strategy.
I was just explaining
You
to
don't need to
Ed to
convince
make
me.
sure that Ed was convinced as
okay.
well.
Are you on board?
I am cutting in and out.
Well, there's a good chance that
he's on board.
But I am confused and scared.
and that's exactly how you want the group of 10-year-olds to be, confused and scared as to what is going on.
there's so much conviction in your strategy. It's like, yeah, it's gonna work.
Hey, Joe, I got one for you.
Okay.
Who would win, Mike Ditka or Hurricane?
Yeah. Did Ditka have breakfast this morning?
What if the Hurricane was named Hurricane Ditka?
Oh, that's a
It
good
was
one.
a hurricane that Ditka created himself. Whoa. I'm still gonna have to say. I'm gonna say. Well, was Ditka wearing the number 23 jersey? Because if so, Ditka.
Dick is wearing a loincloth.
He's wearing a loincloth. I still gotta go Ditka, bro. That hurricane has no chance, dude.
What was it, the Bears?
Bears.
Doubles.
Bears.
Doubles.
Hey, how many air attacks you guys have? This week I had 2 heart attacks. I went in and I got the doctor to check underneath my heart. There was a stake lodged into my heart. And then Chris Farley fucking burps up a steak. Like, oh, that's so good.
Man, I missed that guy.
Yeah, that's about a baker
It's so
dozen
good.
for me, Bob.
Yeah, yeah. There's always Bears, and the one guy's like Bulls.
The Bulls.
Joe, you better watch how much chicken you burn at your house when you're drunk, because sooner or later you're going to be living in a van down by the river.
Is that Will Shakespeare over there? Is that?
All right, what about Arnold in his prime versus Stallone in his prime?
Oh.
Either of them have training?
Neither of them
That's
have
a good
technical
fight then,
training.
right?
No,
No.
it's not.
If neither of them have it, then
I'm gonna say Stallone.
it's not a who's good.
Stallone was homeless at one point and sold his dog and then bought his dog
It's
back.
That toughens them up.
That's so nails, dude.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'm reading the Reddit and they're like, size matters. It's got to be Arnold. I don't know.
I
I'd say
don't know,
toughness.
quickness. I heard that
Yeah,
Arnold's
well-
not actually that tall though. So I've heard. So
He'd break you like girl.
yeah, but Stallone's got Rambo training somewhere in there, you know?
Actually, no, I know the answer to this. I know this. I know.
All right. hit it.
All right, let's hear the answer to this mythical
Sylvester
question.
Stallone fights Arnold. The loser is everyone who watches.
I'm a cop, you idiot. Who is your daddy and what does he do?
All right, Jake, who you taking?
Oh man, I gotta go with Arnold just because I think that if Ed made a good point. Neither of them can fight. So who's the bigger guy and like whose punches would probably hurt more if they connected? I'm going with Arnold. I just like him better.
Yep, that's fair.
All right, boys, it's go time. Ed's ready.
It's time for Lightning Round. Lightning Round. Lightning Round.
All right. I have 8 questions prepared. We don't have to do all of them. So number 1 is, what movie star was legitimately in the works to have a professional match versus Joe Rogan?
I know this one. Michael Wesley Snipes.
Was it Wesley
Are we waiting
Snipes?
for everyone's answer?
I think you can just-
okay. I'll guess, just a guess, because I don't even. I would say Joe Rogan versus. I don't know. I can't think of anybody.
Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
Anna Paquin.
No. Oh yeah.
It's definitely Wesley Snipes.
Was it? I was gonna say Michael J. White, but that'd be cool because he's a black
I
belt.
was going to say that at first, but I'm pretty sure it's Snipes. Who is it?
It's Wesley Snipes.
There it is.
Blade and Joe Rogan.
That would have been sick. Why did that never happen?
I think Wesley pushed out because Joe wasn't afraid at all.
Yeah,
Joe put up an
Wesley had the
Instagram
tax
video.
problem.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
kicking
yeah.
the fucking-
This was a long time ago. This is before Instagram.
Okay. True or false? Bruce Busser.
Bruce Busser.
Bruce Buffer.
Bruce Busser. Continue.
I have a
sir.
delay in my headphones. Some of the slurring is beer. Some of the slurring is not. Okay. True or false? Bruce Buffer once gave himself a hernia while performing an introduction.
True.
Absolutely true.
So we all get to answer here, and whoever gets it right gets a point. So I'm going to say true because it's got to be fantastical.
Even if it's not true, I just want to believe that that's true.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Why
giving
Why
it-
would you ask the question if it wasn't true? Just throw us off the
Yeah,
scent.
that's just false.
That's giving it 110% at your job.
He does though. Eh? He's committed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He puts it in there.
Michelle was commenting on how like into it he is, and I'm like, there's a documentary on Fight Pass about how he became the UFC announcer, and like he was watching on TV, and he saw his brother Michael on boxing,
Yeah.
and he was like adopted.
He didn't know.
He
they
didn't
were
know that
brothers.
Michael Buffer was his brother,
Yeah.
and then he saw him on TV, and he was like, I really want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
And then he found his dad was like, you know what? That's your brother, son.
Yeah.
He's like, no way.
Oh,
Can we
shit.
meet him? And now they're like Michael Buffer's the voice of boxing and he's the voice of UFC. Like, what a crazy family story.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
so cool.
Yeah, man. This is the hardest question. In terms of like deep knowledge, but it's not that deep. It's who are the season 1 Ultimate Fighter winners?
Diego
Ooh.
Sanchez, Forrest Griffin.
Sniped
I would
it.
have said Forrest Griffin, but not Diego Sanchez. So Jake wins that one, I think.
Yeah, it's that those are the guys. There's one really difficult jiu-jitsu question.
All right,
Jack
so
Hyde.
I'm up 3-1-1, so I'm just not going to answer the next question.
Oh,
Okay, true or false?
That's
a
only
fighter
fair.
once spray tanned a sponsored ad onto their body and fought with the ad visible.
oh, dude, I'm gonna say that's.
How are they going to get that
false.
one? Oh, is that a true or false?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna say true.
I'm not going to say anything.
It is true. It was Sam Alvey.
That's
Joe Believe.
that guy needs a manager, dude.
And his wife won America's Top Model. Rant.
Oh, boy.
Sam Alvey of all people. Well, actually, he's not the worst looking guy, eh?
He smiles a lot.
Yeah.
What was the logo? Like, was it Viagra or what was it?
I think it was a casino.
Can I tell him like a 30-second snippet of something funny? So
During my segment.
I know. So Dana White actually offered a bonus. It was called the "Get That Fucking Speedo Off of National TV" bonus, and he gave the guy Dennis Hallman came out in a speedo for his fight, and Dana White offered like $50,000 to the guy for beating him within a minute and a half, just because he got that monstrosity off the television.
Oh, wow.
He said it was his
That's
darkest
awesome.
time as UFC president. Go ahead.
That is
Here's-
awesome.
I like shitting on Conor McGregor.
Okay.
So, how many times has Conor McGregor retired from MMA?
I'll let that man to first. I don't even know. I think I know.
Joe, you wanna go first?
Three times.
Oh, I was gonna say 3 too, but just because you said
You
3,
can say 3.
okay, I'll say 3 too.
I'm gonna say 4.
3.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
That's too many
I still wanna
times
be
to
the same as
retire
them.
from a sport.
All right. So it's 3, and 2.
All right. 3 questions left. This is the hardest question, without question. Which of the following is a legit name for a grappling position or move in MMA? Worm guard, Bravo grip, dead orchard.
Oh,
This is actually a deep cut.
I don't even know this one. Jesus.
I'm gonna.
I said
you go-
orchard.
you go- Yeah, that deep orchard sounds gnarly.
I'm gonna go with the worm guard.
It's deep orchard.
Let's
Ooh.
go.
The worm guard, the worm guard and the Bravo grip both require a lapel. Like you need to have a gi on, so they don't work in no gi. They're all legitimate terms in martial arts.
The deep orchard, boys. You guys are on the next level.
That's awesome.
Okay, this one's so easy. Which channel featured UFC fights from 2005 to 2011?
Spike TV. We were talking about that the other day.
There it is.
Okay, you could argue this one's hard. This is my last question. True or false?
Okay, hold up. Before you answer, Jake 4, Joe 4, Jack's 3. So everyone's in striking distance. Smell the blood
Ooh.
in the water, boys.
All right. And it's true or false. So, Kimbo Slice won no official fights in the UFC. That means it's important to be specific here. So, if he won a fight on The Ultimate Fighter, it wouldn't be an official fight in the UFC. It has to be at a fight night or on a pay-per-view, on something official, not inside the UFC kind of fighter house. So, did he win any official fights in the UFC?
I'm gonna say yes. True, he did.
Sorry, it was he won no official fights was a statement. So if he did, then you'd say false.
Okay, sorry, false.
True.
False.
It is false. He beat Alexander Houston.
Houston Alexander.
I thought I remember.
Same
I thought I
thing.
remember watching him win a fight and being like actually kind of pumped. 'Cause I was like, I remember watching like on YouTube.
It was his best performance too.
This might be the yeah. He actually was pretty good. I watched that the other day.
He looked like a real fighter.
For one brief moment in his career. Rest in peace, though. Shit.
All right.
Don't stalk ill of the dead. Okay. We're done here. 5-4-4.
We have a back-to-back
Destroyed.
champion. Jake.
If I can't win MMA, I can't win anything. Da, 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 da.
Oh my god.
What's weird in the world today? Oh my God.
He didn't just do that.
Oh my god!
Oh my God!
All right, let's let the guest of honor here do the first one. Ed, what's weird in the world today, my friend?
So basically, there's an official federal position in New Zealand, for a head wizard. And, this guy has held this post since I think the late '60s, and there's just the headline of the recent CBC article about him says, I can't even read it. Okay. It says, New Zealand wizard insists reports of his retirement have been greatly exaggerated. And basically, his apprentice goes on to explain that he has no plans of retiring from his uncleared position, which nets him $10,000 a year.
What?
And he appears at various functions as New Zealand's wizard.
Wow.
Oh man,
Wizards
I missed the
are-
vote.
Wizards
Awesome.
are grossly underpaid. My God. He's a wizard, bro. He should be making at least $1 million a year.
What do you think Dumbledore makes?
That's why-
He's got to be in the six
That's why
figures.
Gandalf has such dirty shit.
It's not a coveted position. I guess there's not much competition for the job, eh?
You know it or you don't.
Dude.
That's fair. I like that. Joe, what do you got, buddy?
I got a video of an orangutan playing with
dear.
a drone.
Oh no.
So
It's
How do you do?
over.
So
It's
yeah, like
over.
they're looking like they're having so much fun. Straight up, they're just like the one he's got like his buddy beside him, and he's just chilling there, and he's looking. And then
Well,
they're
don't hoard the video.
Yeah, you can share it. We have the internet.
Yeah, so let me share.
Meanwhile, the U.S. military is like, that video has been taken down.
Yeah.
And also, we're in control of all the orangutans now.
Our FBI agent listening to the podcast just calls in right now. He's like, actually, guys, you can't show that video. Please don't watch it anymore.
Oh, that's
All
so
right.
good.
Let's see.
That's mine. too.
What?
Don't look that up yet. Joe's slow as shit.
I'm trying to
That's some
send
dirty
Oh my
orangutan
God,
funny you
dude.
just
The
put on
thing that
screen.
you just sent me, Jake, is that
Yeah,
a
we'll get-
dinosaur? Okay, sorry.
get
Sorry.
to
Sorry.
that.
Sorry.
All right,
Well,
I'll just
I'm
go
gonna
now
look.
since Joe's looking up his video.
Yeah, my God.
Okay, so this thing, a close-up look at the most prehistoric-looking bird alive, and I'm hopefully gonna kill the audio.
That's a Muppet.
That is a real bird, apparently.
That's a Muppet. That's legitimately Big Bird, dude. This is
the shoebill stork. At their largest, they are 5 feet tall, with a wingspan of 8.5 feet. Ed's not gonna make.
dude.
legitimately Big Bird.
It looks like him, doesn't he?
Dude.
That'd be terrifying. Remember we were talking about the horse-sized duck? That is like,
That's what that is. That's what that is, dude.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
So their call is like a series of loud popping noises, which sounds like a machine gun. They flap their wings the slowest of any bird, and also poop on themselves to cool off when they get too hot.
Yeah, I'd shit myself if I saw that.
Oh my God, dude. It's so
Joe, are
big.
you seeing this shit?
I'm trying. My computer's not loading, guys.
I literally,
God.
I literally cannot watch. I can't stop watching this.
I gotta kill the audio and just like let it. Oh my lord,
Is it real?
that is real, bro.
Dude, the way
How
it
tall is that?
blinks.
That looks like a robot, like something you'd use as a movie prop or something. Eh?
It looks like my nightmares.
Yeah, it does look like my nightmares.
Dude, if that thing was
100%.
coming at me,
Oh
I'd
my
shit my
lord, yeah. I would.
People, Google
Dude, that's
shoe
nuts.
bill stork. I think Jake already said it, but oh my God, if you're listening to this thing is insane.
It looks like it would haunt your dreams for sure.
Definitely.
All right, Joe. Did you provide us some tasty video footage? Yeah?
I love how it says there's only 5,000 or 8,000 or so remaining in the world. Like, get them out of here.
Yeah. Why? Why is there not 0 of them remaining in the world?
No, just put them in giant cages that are like surrounded in electrical fields.
0 would be a good
Jackson,
All right.
what you got, buddy?
So
Joe's
keeping it in the fight world, just because of how our topic today in our episode, I'm gonna ask this in question form because I think you guys as fight fans might know this, but the general public might find this kind of weird and bizarre. But which UFC fighter believes drinking his own urine makes him stronger? Any guess?
I know the answer.
Okay, give us the answer, and then I'll read his direct quote of what he said. But give us the answer.
It is Lyoto Machida, and it is also his father.
Dude, so he goes, my father does that for a long time, and he brings it to us. People think it's a joke. I never said it in the United States because I don't know how the fans will react. I drink my own urine every morning like natural medicine. So, I mean, there's that. That's a thing.
And he has a brother who's also currently active, so probably another piss drinker.
It pretty much says, in other words, if you have breakfast in the Machida household, take a pass on the apple juice. You wouldn't want to accidentally drink from the wrong glass.
Oh, damn.
Yep. Okay, so real quick, I finally loaded what the hell is that thing, man? That literally looks like a scary fucking Pokemon or something.
It's a dinosaur, dude.
Dude, that like the beak on that thing? Anyway,
It looks like
got the video for you guys.
It looks like a bad guy from the Dark Crystal.
The Dark Crystal?
Am I supposed to search this? You didn't put the link in?
Wait. No, wait, hold on.
Okay. And while Joe is doing this, I had a question for you guys because me and Joe got in a little bit of a disagreement the other day over this. Would you guys say that alligators are like technically dinosaurs? Since they were like around when dinosaurs were around, or crocodiles, whichever one was, I don't know, but I'm just saying.
My answer is negative no.
Joe says no, I say yes.
I can see how you would say yes. Just because, like, when I think dinosaur, a lot of the factor that comes into it is not like what specific breed it was, because there's a big overarching.
That's my point.
Way different dinosaurs. So just because they were around in that typical time range,
Would that not?
I'd say yes.
Yeah, that would classify them as dinosaurs, right?
I could see how you would say no, though.
So
Yeah.
they were definitely alive when dinosaurs were alive. That is not in dispute.
Yeah.
Yes.
But whether or not they're dinosaurs depends on what the definition of dinosaurs is. And I don't have that in front of me. And I'm sure there's somebody that's like, well, technically. And I don't care what they say.
Ross from Friends is freaking out right now.
Yeah.
And any paleontologist watching this is losing their mind right now. Sorry, guys. We don't know enough
They're
about
actually
that.
doing that? That looks fake.
Oh,
I know, it does look fake. It looks like they're just holding something. But if that's
this is
real,
going to be a weird thing. But are crocodiles and alligators a different? How far do they both go back?
I
Did we
know,
just make like a
right?
terribly wrong statement about alligators.
I think any alligator enthusiasts out there might forgive our ignorance.
Yeah, and to be
You're so
fair,
enthused.
I think
Alligators?
I did preface it by saying alligators or crocodiles, because I don't know which ones go back.
One of
But
those fuckers are old.
Yeah,
I know
look
it.
at them. And they're fucked anyways.
Imagine this chimp. I guess it's not an orangutan. It's a chimpanzee. But man, his thumbs are moving, dude. Like,
Yeah, it almost looks fake. But
He's doing
I'm
something.
buying it just because they're smart. Those are smart fuckers.
I'll buy what you're putting down.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's a big fan of the chimps. Eh? You ever hear him talk about those fuckers would take your fucking head and they would just crush it,
Shove it up your ass.
fucking grapefruits. All right, daps to Joe Rogan, but let's get into the rant.
It's a Schande nach Happe, fantastic able.
It's time for Epic Rant. Epic Rant.
All right, Spot Nation, you know what it is. Dallas Stars Western Conference Finals go to hell, Vegas Golden Knights, and suck on it, Nathan McKinnon. I sent Jackson a message in his drunken stupor about as much. And I just want to shout out Yoel Kiravanta. Where the fuck were you for the last God knows how? He had 1 goal in 11 career games leading up to this, and then in Game 7 of the semifinals of the Stanley Cup playoffs, he scores a fucking hat trick and the overtime winner. Shout out to him. Shout out to Radulov for his 2 goals. Shout out to Dobby for the entire series of being there and shutting him down when he needed to. And screw you to Rick Bowness for putting in Ben Bishop in Game 5 and almost blowing the whole thing for us. I was terrified. We pulled it off. We're in the fucking Western Conference Finals. Fuck all y'all on Facebook who said they were going to get swept. And screw you, NHL.com and your writers, because 11 out of 12 of you said the Avalanche were going to roll over them, and 10 out of 12 of you are picking the Vegas Golden Knights in the Western Conference Finals. So we're going to beat Vegas, and then hopefully we face the Islanders in the finals, and it's on to the promised land. Woo!
Boom. Well said from a proud Dallas Stars fan.
That's all I had. I'm like, I got to win trivia so I can... Apropos.
I'm very happy for you. They deserved it. They played well.
Yeah, we're long-suffering, so anybody out there with a shitty team, it's probably a long-suffering fan base. You'll know how I feel.
Absolutely.
So, a fantastic episode tonight. We're going to definitely have our boy Ed on again soon. You boys have anything to add to this?
No. You have to talk to them first. At least one of them thinks I'm racist.
No, we would absolutely love that. This was awesome, man. Just thanks for coming out. That's what it's all about, just having good conversations about things that we know very little bit about but like to talk about. But thanks for coming on. I know everyone's going to enjoy it, and we'll do it again whenever you're available.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, boys, we got knocked for copyright on YouTube, eh? I'll laugh about it with you later.
It
was the Jeopardy. It was the Jeopardy. No more Jeopardy.
Oh, we can't talk about Jeopardy.
Well, you can't play the sound
music?
clip. Yeah. Maybe just humming it will get us in trouble. But we got to monetize.
All right, boys.
All right, for Jake, Joe, Jackson, our boy Ed. This is See What Sticks, episode 16. Signing off and out. Adios, amigos.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's all for tonight, folks. Tune in next week for more tasty podcasting goodness. Send us your thoughts and comments on our social media pages. And be sure to hit that like or follow button. Check us out at our website at www.seewhatsticks.net and give us suggestions for content you want us to discuss on the show. And any ideas you have for lightning round trivia. What's weird in the world today? And would you rather? Until next time, Splat Nation.